guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're right here for the first time, if you are a newbie, I am Ikimini aka Kamzi. If you are a returning subscriber already, thank you for tuning in to today's video. So in today's video, I'm just actually starting to arrange myself in preparation for my second semester. I already did my first semester and it was very successful. It was very splendid. It was really worth it. It was a little bit stressful because I was still trying to get used to so many things, but now I am beginning to become a pro, so I am actually enjoying every bit of it. So the first thing I did was to get my scheme of work for this term. In my school, it's actually very easy to get the scheme of work. That means that there is a book. In this book, it contains all the scheme of work you're going to be having for the whole years you're going to be in the school. So invariably, this book is beneficial to everybody from year 1 to final year. So everything is here. So even before you start a new class, you already know what you're going to be expecting. You already know the subject that you're going to be taking. You know the subject that you're going to be dropping. You know what you're going to be doing. So it's just left for you to start on time and start to figure out what it is you have to start buckling about, like what it is you have to start buckling up about, and what it is you have to start improving yourself about, or what it is you need to start relaxing about. So first things first, I came here and these are what I'm going to be doing for this semester, which is the second semester. And the first subject and the most important subject actually that I'm going to be doing for this semester is anatomy and physiology. I am so good. I am very good at anatomy and physiology. At least I can give myself a 50 over 100 because that subject is so broad. If you are a science student, you would know that anatomy and physiology is not something to joke about. So because anatomy and physiology is my core subject, and because I did very well also in anatomy and physiology, I am not really going to spend more time reading anatomy and physiology this semester because I did so well, but that doesn't mean that I'm not going to read it at all, or I'm not going to do my best in it. So if you're a student, make sure that the courses that you already have the textbook for it. So I have my anatomy and physiology here fresh. We already paid for our materials and we had them since the beginning of our school here. So if your school is not like my school that you get to pay for the textbook and they get to give it to you, just have to make sure that you buy yourself this textbook, because without the textbook, how are you going to cope? So I have my anatomy and physiology here. Then the second course that I'm going to be using, that I'm going to be studying for this semester, is foundation of nursing. And for that too, I have my foundation of nursing textbook. I have my foundation of nursing textbook that is this one is the 6th edition actually, and it is by Ross and Wilson. This one also, this anatomy is also the 11th edition and it's also by Ross and Wilson. So another subject that I'm going to be offering this semester is medical surgical nursing, med-surg. So we are going to be starting our medical surgical nursing. That one doesn't really have a textbook. It means that this semester we're going to be doing clinicals. We're going to be going to the ward, to the hospital for experiences. So this semester, for the first months of this semester, we're going to be practicing. So we are not going to go to class immediately. We'll first of all visit the ward to start practicing as student nurses. Then we get ourselves used to hospital terms, hospital conditions, like real life hospital conditions. And then after the first 1 month, we're actually going to come back to class. But we are supposed, after the first 1 month of being in the hospital for our clinicals, we are supposed to go again to our community for a community service. So it's supposed to be like 2 experiences, one for the hospital that we have here, because we have an hospital here in our school, one for this hospital that we have here, and another one for the community. So this surrounding that my school is presently, we are going to go there to run a community service, and that one should also last for like 1 month. So in total for the second semester, we are going to hold 2 clinical experiences for this semester alone. And then we're also going to be doing microbiology. So microbiology also comes in. We are doing microbiology, but it's not like the normal microbiology everybody does. This is microbiology for nurses, and this one also have a first book that you have to actually read, because there are so many things that are here that a nurse should know about. And then we also have, I also have to do primary health care this semester. Primary health care has to do, is attached to that community service we have to do. So invariably, that is another subject I have to take for this semester. And then I have to do pharmacology. Pharmacology is, this is the textbook for this is the textbook for pharmacology. It basically has to do with drugs, as the name implies, different types of drug for different patients, why the same drug works differently for different patients. So you have to know what kind of drug you have to give to a particular patient at a particular time, and you have to know the drug, like, are you supposed to give this patient an injection, or you're supposed to give the patient a tablet, or if this patient inhales this drug, is it going to work faster? That is what this book is all about. It's actually enlightening nurses and individuals. It is actually for nurses, for midwives, for medical laboratory science students, and other healthcare personnel. So this book is actually not for nurses. So it actually educates individual about how drugs should be administered, and also what each drug does for each patient. So that is it for this book. Okay, we are going to be doing psychology. In my first semester we did sociology, so now we are dropping sociology and we are now doing psychology. So that is that for that. And then we also are going to be taking hospital-based clinical practical. I already mentioned that we are going to be going to the hospital to have an hospital-based clinical practical where we'll get to see this patient that are suffering from different kind of diseases live and direct, and then we'll know how to handle them in real life situation. So basically that's all the things I'm going to be learning for this semester. I'm already prepared as a good student that I am. I already have my books lined up. I'm starting up the semester with positive vibes. Last semester I started with fear, because the tension of, if you fail this school, like if you fail the exams of this school, you're actually going to, you repeat, like you have to read, you have to do this one, you have to do that one. If you don't do this, this will happen. So they were all instilling fear on us, and I started with fear, but I was surprised and thankful to God for the great miracle, because I didn't actually allow the fear grip me. I was able to actually succumb that part. So in general, in school, for my school this semester, the lectures that are going to be holding, we're going to have our lectures for 16 weeks, and then we would have a revision for 1 week, and then we'll have our semester exam for 2 weeks. All these informations are written here, so you actually know what you're expecting. Like, nobody is bumping into you to come and start telling you what to do. You already have this book, so you're supposed to just go through the book. That's a clinical practical is for 4 weeks, and then we have a community-based practical for 4 weeks. Just as I explained earlier, you have to go to the hospital, in the ward, in this hospital here, in my school, in the school environment here, for 4 weeks, where you have your clinicals, and then you'll be sent out to the community around to actually carry out another community-based practical for another 4 weeks. So invariably 2 months, and then we'll take our exams, and then we'll have our vacation for 2 weeks. So that is it basically. If you are a nursing student, you should know these things. If you're a nursing student and you have questions about anything, you can drop them down in the comment section and I'll try to answer them. But if you're not a nursing student and you are a student in particular, once the term or the semester is actually starting up, make sure you're starting you're starting the semester with positive vibes. Don't allow the things from the last semester weigh you down, because that is actually not going to make you focus and get good grades. So Start with a positive vibe, start with motivation, motivate yourself. If you're not the type that motivates his or herself, then look for somebody that's going to motivate you, or look for motivational speaker, motivational quotes, motivational talks. Do everything you can to motivate yourself, and then get your scheme of work. Like your scheme, the course outline is actually the best thing for you. It is actually what is going to guide you and help you. So if you have the course outline, you're not going to be misled. But if you do not have the course outline, you're just going to be carried unaware. So try to get the course outline, especially at the beginning of the semester, because it helps a whole lot. And then you go through it very well. Any course you know you're going to be offering, try to get the textbook if the textbook are available. But if they are not available, then just try to stick to what you have. And if you do not have money to purchase this textbook, there are other people that have these textbooks in your class. Try to make use of them, try to get them and photocopy them. That is what I do most of the time, especially when it comes to copying notes. I do not like to copy notes. All those lecturers that come and drop notes for us, I don't like to copy their notes because it's so stressful for me. I can't start copying notes, I can't. I have a whole lot. In fact, let me bring it now. I have this bag, and in this bag I have another bag here, and in this bag that I have here, I have these papers that are here. Now these papers that are here are notes. See, look, they're actually notes and they are photocopy. For example, this one is an handout, and it's nutrition. You can see it, you'll see this is nutrition. So I don't actually have time to start copying this note into my notes. Most of these lecturers, they teach from these handouts, and then they give the handout to the course rep for the course rep to snap and send to the WhatsApp group so that students can actually copy the notes inside their own notes. So what I just do is I go to the course rep, I take this handout and I photocopy it. I have my copy. Why will I start copying something inside my notes when I can just easily photocopy this thing 10 naira and I will have peace of mind? So that is what I do. For others, like this one, you see that this one is somebody's handwriting. Actually, this one is a note. This one, the person has already copied it inside their own notes, and because I cannot copy this on my own notes, I just carry that person's notes to photocopy, and that is how I've been living, and it's really stress-free for me. So these are them. So I'm keeping them very safe because they are my own notes. So I just try to staple them and keep them together. So if you know something is going to stress you, there is no need for you to start indulging yourself in something that you know you cannot do, or you know is going to stress you. Don't make things difficult for yourself. Always look for the shorter way that's going to be safe. So what I'm trying to say is that if you do not have a note and you know somebody has a note, collect from this person and photocopy. If you do not have a textbook that you're supposed to be using, I know somebody has a textbook, borrow the textbook and photocopy the pages you want, and then learn what that person is supposed to be, or learn what you're supposed to be learning at a particular point in time. There is no excuse to failure. There is no excuse to setback. If you're failing a course because you do not have the textbook, that is not smart. You can't fail it because it's not smart. So make sure that you don't have any excuse to give whatsoever. Now I know that if you abide by these tips, like if you copy these tips and trick, you're actually going to make it in your field of study. So guys, that's going to be it. I hope you did enjoy watching. Don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe, share this video, and I'm going to see you guys in another of my video. Bye.